There's a strange moment that happens to a lot of homeowners in Bellevue. Usually when they walk through a room they haven't used in months. Maybe it's the formal dining room nobody sits in anymore. Maybe it's the upstairs guest bedroom that's become permanent storage. Maybe it's the giant backyard that looked exciting years ago, but now mostly feels like another thing to maintain. And somewhere in the middle of all that, a question starts forming. Would life actually be easier in a smaller home? And honestly, for many Bellevue homeowners right now, that's becoming a very real conversation. Not because they're forced to move, not because they're struggling, but because the definition of what makes life comfortable changes over time. The challenge is that downsizing in Bellevue isn't as simple as selling a bigger home and buying a smaller one. In fact, many homeowners are shocked by how complicated and emotional the process can become. In this video, we're going to break down what Bellevue sellers need to know before downsizing, including the financial side, the emotional side, timing strategies, common mistakes, hidden costs, market realities, and how to make the transition smoother in today's market. Bellevue has gone through massive changes over the last decade. Home values climbed dramatically in many areas. Property taxes increased for many homeowners. Utility costs, maintenance costs, landscaping costs, insurance costs, almost everything tied to homeownership became more expensive. And while many homeowners have benefited tremendously from appreciation, there's also a strange reality that comes with it. People can become equity rich while still feeling exhausted by the responsibility of maintaining a large property. Some homeowners realize they don't want to spend weekends maintaining a house anymore. Others want the flexibility to travel. Others want a lock and leave lifestyle where they can simply close the door and go enjoy life. And then there's another major factor happening in Bellevue specifically. Many homeowners bought years ago, and their home values today are far beyond what they ever expected. That creates options. For some people, downsizing becomes less about reducing space and more about converting years of appreciation into flexibility, lifestyle improvements, or future financial stability. Now here's where many downsizing conversations suddenly become very real. A lot of Bellevue homeowners assume smaller home equals dramatically cheaper lifestyle. And sometimes that's true, but not always. Bellevue is one of the most expensive housing markets in the Pacific Northwest. Smaller homes, especially newer condos, modern townhomes, or highly walkable properties, can still carry very large price tags. Then you add HOA dues, insurance, taxes, parking fees, possible special assessments, and financing costs if the replacement home isn't purchased entirely with cash. Some sellers end up reducing square footage by half, while reducing monthly expenses far less than expected. And honestly, this is one of the reasons why planning matters so much before making a move. The goal isn't simply to buy smaller. The goal is to create a lifestyle and financial setup that actually improves your quality of life. Financial conversations are important, but honestly, the emotional side of downsizing is often even harder. For many Bellevue homeowners, their home isn't just a building. It's the place where birthdays happened, holidays happened, kids grew up, careers evolved, life happened there. And even when homeowners know downsizing is the right move logically, emotionally, it can still feel incredibly difficult. Many people underestimate how exhausting it can be to go through decades of belongings. Closets, garages, storage rooms, attics, filing cabinets, boxes that haven't been opened in years. Downsizing is often part real estate process and part emotional life transition. Timing becomes extremely important when downsizing because most homeowners are trying to coordinate two massive transactions at the same time, selling one home while buying another. And depending on market conditions, that can either feel smooth and manageable or incredibly stressful. Some Bellevue homeowners decide to sell first and rent temporarily while they search for the right replacement property. That can reduce pressure and allow more flexibility during the home search process, especially if inventory is limited. Other homeowners try to coordinate simultaneous closings, where the sale of their current home and purchase of the next property happen around the same time. That can work very well with proper coordination, but it often requires careful planning between agents, lenders, escrow companies, and moving schedules. Some homeowners explore bridge financing or lending solutions through qualified lenders. These programs may allow sellers to purchase the next property before selling the current home, depending on qualifications and lender guidelines. The important thing is understanding there is no single perfect strategy for every homeowner. A downsizing plan that works beautifully for one Bellevue seller may not make sense for another. That's why one of the smartest things homeowners can do is start conversations early, before they feel pressured to make fast decisions. One thing many Bellevue homeowners underestimate is how many hidden costs can appear during the downsizing process. Moving itself can become expensive, especially for long-term homeowners who've accumulated decades of belongings. Professional movers, storage units, junk removal, donation coordination, repairs, cleaning, staging, and temporary housing costs can add up quickly. Then there's the replacement property itself. HOA dues, parking fees, amenity fees, insurance adjustments, property taxes, utility differences, and potential renovations may all impact the true monthly cost of living. Some homeowners also discover that furnishing a smaller modern property can require purchasing different furniture, storage systems, or appliances that fit the new space better. None of this means downsizing is a bad financial decision. It simply means homeowners should evaluate the full picture instead of focusing only on the sale price of their current home. One major advantage for downsizing sellers in Bellevue is that many buyers today are actively looking for homes that feel move-in ready and easy to maintain. Buyers are paying close attention to condition, layout, natural light, storage, updated kitchens and bathrooms, energy efficiency, and flexible spaces that can work for changing lifestyles. And in Bellevue specifically, many buyers are also paying attention to convenience. Things like commuting access, nearby amenities, walkability, parks, shopping, dining, and overall lifestyle. Sellers sometimes think buyers only care about square footage, but many buyers today care more about how a home actually feels to live in day to day. That's why strategic preparation and presentation matter so much. Proper staging, decluttering, cleaning, photography, and marketing can dramatically influence how buyers emotionally connect with a property online and in person. One of the biggest mistakes sellers make is waiting too long to start the process. Downsizing almost always takes longer emotionally and logistically than homeowners expect. Another common mistake is assuming that because a replacement property is smaller, it will automatically feel financially easier. In Bellevue, that's not always true. Some sellers also underestimate how competitive the market can be for the exact type of home they want to move into. Low-maintenance homes, quality condos, and well-located Rambler-style properties can attract significant demand. And finally, some homeowners become so focused on maximizing every last dollar from the sale that they lose sight of the original goal, creating a better lifestyle fit for the next phase of life. Downsizing in Bellevue can absolutely be a smart move, financially, emotionally, and practically. But the process tends to go much smoother when homeowners prepare early and understand the realities before making major decisions. The goal isn't just selling a house. The real goal is creating a lifestyle that better fits your life today and potentially gives you more flexibility moving forward. If you're considering downsizing anywhere in Bellevue or the greater Seattle area, speaking with qualified local real estate professionals early can help you better understand timing, preparation strategies, and the current market landscape. And as always, if tax, legal, financial, or estate planning questions come up during the process, it's important to consult with licensed professionals in those areas. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, consider subscribing for more Bellevue real estate insights, homeowner strategies, and market updates.